feel like we could help find this
Yeah.
plane.
Well,
Tell us.
Well, I'll tell you something. We have said from day one that this was not a mechanical failure or a fire on board.
No.
We were on Matthew Engel's radio show on March 12th, and we said before any satellite or radar information was made public, we said that this was a hijacking, and they need to look at the pilot or pilots and some of the passengers that were all involved in this, and whether it was political or personal, but we feel like there was a political or terror agenda, and this actually may be a new paradigm of terrorism never seen before. So we keep writing to CNN, and we're writing to NBC News, and we're writing
Pirro. She keeps saying, "Who knows? Help us out!" And we keep our fans are writing, "Well, have the psychic twins on." They predicted the Boston Marathon bombings and 9/11, and they're terrorism predictors, and they never ever ask.
Wow.
And it's frustrating because we've had this gift and we've proven it for 25 years, and they're acting like there are no credible psychics, and so we can't ask anybody because there's no. They keep saying, "Oh, well, we don't know of any credible psychics."
Well, they know who we are because Anderson invited us on his show once.
It's so odd, you guys. It's the strangest thing. It's almost like they're trying to pretend we're invisible, like the missing plane.
Yeah. So you feel like the plane? What happened? You saying it was terrorist driven?
We're saying it was a hijacking. We think the pilot or pilots were the ones that took deliberate action to reroute that plane for sinister purposes. We don't know exactly the reason behind it. We feel it was
human intervention
related to some kind of political agenda or personal agenda.
Okay.
A political plot of some kind, but it was very well conceived, very well executed plot on the part of at least one or two of the pilots, and maybe even one or two of the passengers.
Do you feel like it will be found? I mean, can it be found, or has it been destroyed?
You know what?
In the water?
We are very, very hopeful, Morgana, that this is an unprecedented search for the missing aircraft, and we're holding on to hope that the plane will be found. I feel like they're searching in the right area. Since day one, we said the southern Indian Ocean. So I know they're in the right place because we do remote viewing. We invented our own form of remote viewing where we've been able to predict, all the major megastorms and tornadoes and hurricanes of the last, decade.
5 to 10 years.
Publicly, we even predicted Hurricane Irene on The View. And so this is something that we're good at, and we feel like we could help. They're looking in the right area.
Yeah.
We're hopeful that they will
We
find
are
the wreckage.
hopeful. We don't want to, give people a reason to have no hope. But right now, I mean, it's looking more and more like our original predictions were pretty much true and correct. And I'm sorry to say we don't feel that optimistic. I'm hearing
Let me ask you ladies this. Do you feel like they already know where the plane is? Do you feel like the plane's already been discovered and it just has not been released to the public?
Well, that's an interesting question because I know that there are a lot of conspiracy theories that, the governments know where they are and this kind of thing. And Linda and I don't necessarily, we're not big conspiracy theorists. I mean, we're the great holdouts. We don't think that 9/11 was an inside job done by our government. We're not huge conspiracy people.
Yeah, we don't think they know where the plane is. We don't think they're that smart. And we do feel that they are withholding information about the pilots. They know more than they are saying, probably because they're afraid it'll affect their tourism industry and so on. Who knows what the reasons are. They're withholding a lot of information. They waited 4 days to even report the radar information that could have helped people take action sooner. So there's a lot that's being held close to the chest over there. They don't operate quite the way we do in this country. So we are not feeling they really know where the plane is. And we do feel that in time, if we're all very prayerful, we believe in miracles, we believe that it is possible that plane will be found.
We hear a lot of people speculating about it landing on an island. Oh, it's in the jungle.
It's like Lost, the TV show.
We don't think, we never saw that. We don't think, first of all, that it's possible to land a plane in the dark, in the jungle, and you know what I'm saying, and have no cell phones go off.
It wouldn't have happened.
That's not possible to do.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's fascinating. But I do get that when you were talking about that hopeful that it will be found.
We're hopeful. We're not saying it's likely, but we're saying we're hopeful that
it feels like good energy towards that. I feel that too.
Do you?
We'll keep all sending that good energy for that to happen.
That's
I think that's what we should do.
Yeah. Prayer is powerful.
Absolutely.
And, as you know, and the public may never know who did it or why, because if it's in the water, as we've been saying, there's very little evidence that you can have about motive or who or what. We do feel that more information will come out from the flight simulators and from that pilot that had the home flight simulator. He deleted a lot of data, as it turns out, a few days before that fated flight. And we do feel that more information will leak out, but it's going to be kind of like WikiLeaks. They don't want you to really know, but it'll come out anyway.
Right.
And that could lead to possible motive, but we may never know why.